I've been feeling rather clouded. This heavy feeling constantly lingers in and around my mental and physical well-being, constantly worrying about every little thing that comes into my life, constantly tracking my thoughts and past events, questioning if I ever did the right thing or not. It was just this constant feeling of unease. For some reason, I was always on high alert, even though at all times I was in a safe and sound environment. I didn't have a reason to be on high alert. I didn't understand what my body was being prepared for. Then it dawned on me. I was experiencing anxiety in one of its many forms. I like to call it the surface level anxiety. I've never really felt like this before, never this intense anyway. In the past, of course, there were moments where I felt anxious, like, going to an exam, a job interview, but soon enough, I could ride it out and life just continues. For context, I haven't taken an exam for almost 2 years and I've been in my current role for years now, but still, there was something I can't put my finger on. All of my main coping mechanisms have stopped. Seeing Lois, my family, friends, and going on trips with my parents, those have just been taken away from me. And from you too. Doing all these things was my way of releasing my tension that built up during time. But now that's been limited. After reading the book Mindfulness, it made me notice most of my worries were all mainly mind events that didn't have any link and or relation to the life that I live. After realizing I was letting my intangible thoughts rule over my life, I knew something had to change. This realization phenomena can vary from person to person and can happen anytime for any person. For some people it can happen due to an event or could happen if they meet a certain individual. It all depends on a lot of different factors lining up all at the same time. For me, the missing link was the book Mindfulness. I had the ability to change. There was that inner desire for me to make the change, but I was missing one key thing for a behavior to happen, and that's the prompt. The cue for me to do an action. Mindfulness was my cue. So in this next part of the video, I will be listing through all the things that I've used, the different mechanisms that I've used to combat my anxiety. There's no way of getting rid of it, but sometimes you just have to control it. Before doing any coping mechanisms, it is essential to note that life's anxieties will always be there. It's essential to accept life's challenges, and one of them is, unfortunately, feeling anxious. Instead of getting rid of it, getting rid of anxiety, we have to control it, tame it, and we have to tell it to go away. Number 1, self-compassion. As mentioned in my book review of Mindfulness, self-compassion is the extension of your love to yourself. I noticed myself feeling anxious because I was judging my ability to do certain tasks and in my personal life and my career. The self-judgment and self-loathing funded my anxiety levels, causing me to worry more and self-compassion less. Loving yourself for who you are is the first step in controlling your negative mind events that fill your head. Number 2, mindfulness. This is the awareness of one's internal and external in the very moment. The thing about anxiety, it hinders our way of thinking rationally. Anxiety makes us either overthink about the past or the future. With this in play, we forget about the most important aspect of life, the present. Mindfulness can help you bring back our attention to the present moment. Our lives can be messy, and it will continue to be messy in some ways. But with mindfulness practices, you can start tidying those mind events that can best suit your needs. One of the best methods of mindfulness is breathing. This might sound silly, but it really works. For 2 to 3 minutes before you start your day, I want you just to focus on every single aspect of your breathing. I want you to only think about the inhalation of air, hold for 2 seconds, and slowly exhale. Every time your mind starts to wander into unimportant mind events, I want you to think out loud and say, thinking. This simple aspect will break the train of thought and will help you concentrate on your breathing, bringing you back to the present moment. Number 3, This is actually new to me. It's journaling. The simple form of note-taking my thoughts and feelings really helped me put context through what was going through my head. Sometimes we just simply forget to put meaning behind each and negative mind event that goes through our head. By simply writing your thoughts down can really help you fully comprehend the impacts of what you are thinking. You can start putting all the links together, putting meaning to your thoughts and making rationalized judgments towards it. I can guarantee that most of your mind events you write down don't really have a massive impact on your current situation. Most of the time, simply getting it out of your head by writing or typing it down will help so much. It's like a release of tension. Number 4, speaking out. This is another form of journaling, but instead you are actively speaking to your close family and friends about your experiences. For me, this was a very hard step to take. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but if said to the right people, you will feel a whole lot better. Speaking out can help you further put context on what you are experiencing. I would suggest doing this mechanism when it feels right. Another point to this, it might feel extremely daunting and you might not want to do this at all, but like I said before, if you have the right people around you, close family and friends, it will just feel right. And that's the time when you should start telling other people about what you've experienced. Sometimes just voicing it out, you can actually start hearing what you've been thinking. It will help you rationalize and put meaning and put links together, will help you further understand what you were going through. Number 5, stepping back. This last mechanism might sound very vague because it is. Sometimes with the help of mindfulness, it's just good to step back and assess the situation you and your mind is putting yourself in. It is easy to get caught up in the rat race society that we live in, constantly trying to do something every single day. Instead of taking massive steps where you can become overwhelmed, it's actually better to take micro steps, micro wins each and every single day, but doing it more frequently. This means it's a lot more attainable, a lot easier to maintain, a lot easier to measure, and this will help you for the betterment of yourself. I'm actually making a new video about this type of concept, making small steps, so make sure you subscribe to hear more about it. Your mental and physical well-being is being tested during this time of our lives. I just wanted to say you're doing so well, and I wanted to let you know that you're doing a great job, and I want you to keep going on that path of self-betterment in regards to your mental and physical well-being. Be strong, be true, be you. Thank you so much for watching this video. This video was extremely hard to make, as I'm showing another part of myself where I should only really show to really close people in my life. I hope me being raw and extremely open can help you fully understand if you are going through some sort of anxiety. Of course, these mechanisms might not all work for you, but hopefully you can take a bit of snippets here and there to hopefully put into your daily routine. Of course, there are governmental help, local authority help if you are really suffering. Mental health right now is extremely important, and I don't want you or your friends or your family to be the second thought because of what's going on right now. If you feel like you need to speak up, because this is the time. We're all going through this horrible mess that we're in right now. And the last thing that I want you to do is put your mental health down because of everything that's going on. Just be you. If you feel like you need help, speak out, tell the most important people, and hopefully by then you can make the necessary step for improvement.